Hi guys, hi, hello, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Veronica Adeyemi, and I'm a product designer. And on this channel, I share everything about design, career, and lifestyle. I'm constantly learning, so I'm just like here to put out what I'm learning about product design. So I'm going to be naming this class part two of our replicate design class. And if you've not watched part one, I encourage you to go and watch it. In part one, I showed how I designed this web desktop view of this website. So it's the website exists already. I just like replicated the design of the website, and I showed how I used grid to design this site. So if you want to learn more about that, please watch the um part one. And on this video, I'll be designing the mobile view. That's the mobile responsiveness of the same design. And in the first lesson, I taught how you can make a normal button responsive, but when I didn't make this particular button responsive because I didn't know how to do that. But guess what? I've gone to learn how to make that, and now the button is responsive. So yes, I'm going to also be teaching how to make that, how to make this button responsive in this my video. So stick to the end of the video if you want to learn how to do this. Yes, let's get to business. Welcome back. Welcome back. So, we're going to go right into the business of the day, and we are going to start by creating our frame. And so, we're going to use a mobile frame. I really do not have a specific frame size to use, so I'm just going to go with using iPhone iPhone 13. Let's use iPhone 13 Pro Max. Yeah, let's just use that. Okay, let's move this closer to our grid system. Okay, so I'm moving this closer to this 4-point system so I can easily use the numbers. And if you want to learn how to do this, you can watch the part one of this video. I learned how to create this 4-point system, and I talked about why I did that, why it's important to have this on your design, right? So we're going to start by creating our grid using this 4-point system. We'll turn on our layout grid, columns, and let's make it 4 because we are using 4-point system and 4 is the lowest, right? So let's give it a margin of, we can give it a margin of 20, and we can leave the gutter at 20. It's fine like this, or we can use 24. Which will be better? Let's give it the gutter of 24 and a margin of 20. We can even give it a gutter of 16, right? But I think 16 is too small. So I'll stick to margin of 24 and gutter of 24, right? So we have our grid system ready. Our first task is to, let me close down this. Our first task is to create our nav, top navigation, right? So let me just copy this so I don't have to come back and forth on this design. So if you are used to checking out websites on your mobile application, you will see that we really can't have this on our mobile application yet because it's going to like take so much space that won't be able to contain here. So the solution to this is to have a hamburger menu that can collapse and expand when you click on it. When you click on it, it opens up and it shows your list of navbar, your list of menu items by the side, right? So that's what we're going to go with, right? So we're going to first create a frame to contain. Okay, we already have the frame here, right? So what is the size of the frame that we have here? The height is about 56. So we're just going to create another frame here. and make the height about 56. Okay, the width will be the width of our frame. That's 4 to 8. 4 to 8. Correct. So I'm going to bring in our logo inside this frame. And I think I would like to reduce the logo size to make it a bit smaller. Let's see how 40 looks. Okay, 40 looks good. Yeah, so I'm going to align it properly. And so at this side, I'm going to place our hamburger. So I'm just going to go and use feather icons plugin. Waiting for it to load. All right, so I'm going to bring out this hamburger icon, menu icon. All right, okay. Mm, this, sorry, this frame is stopping my design. Let me move it a bit. All right, okay. So we can as well just use this like this, but I don't want to make this hamburger plain. And we already have like a concept of our buttons. We have this with this big pink background. I'm looking at previous designs. We have this double circle and all. So I'm just going to use that for this hamburger. Yeah. So let me just bring this out so I can properly create what I want to create. So I'm going to put this whole icon in a frame again. And I'm putting it in the frame because the frame that is currently on this icon is the frame for the icon to contain the icon. The new frame I want to create will be the button. So frame this, then I'll add auto layout around it, and let's see 16 as our padding. Then let's add fill around it and change the color to our normal button color. Let's start. I'll just select this there. Then since I want to make it circle radius, I'm going to make the radius 100. I think our circle is quite too big. Let's see what this gives us. Okay, so I'm using 8 padding, horizontal padding and vertical padding. Then I'm going to center align this and add stroke to this. Yeah, because if you check our previous button, they all have this stroke around it. But I'm going to reduce the width of the stroke to 0.5. That's half of one. Amazing. So now I want to create this circle so that we can have this background. So I'm going to create a circle and make sure the width and height is 40-40, like this first circle. I'm going to select both of them and add auto layout on it, right? I'm going to put it in the center, select this circle and use absolute position. Then I'm going to move it to fit here. Now I'll adjust it how I want to. So this is currently on top. So I'm going to move it so it stays under and then change the color to our pink color. We have that already. Right. Then I'm going to select the circle again at the back and make this bottom while this is left and right. Just so it stays in the middle. Yeah. So we have our hamburger ready. So I'm just going to place it in this frame here inside. Let me add a few so you see the frame I'm referring to. So I'm referring to this frame. It's inside this frame. All right, let me turn on our grid system so we can see what we have here. Okay. All right, this is good to go. So there's something I want to bring in now. I want to bring in our status bar. Status bar is where you have your time, your Wi-Fi network, and that it just makes your design looks more complete with that. If you don't have it, you can as well just skip that phase. Right. So we have our hamburger sitting pretty. Then let's oops, where did I close? Let me remove this. Let me check if this the color, because why is this color looking different? Or is it my eye? Okay, it's my eye. All right. So next we'll be moving to, we already have most of this design ready. So it's just to adjust the text size, duplicate and adjust the text size, duplicate and adjust the text size. So first we created this design already. So like I said before I started this, if you want to learn how I created most of these things, please refer back to the part one of this video. So I'm just going to copy this to save time. Paste here inside this frame and adjust. Okay, there's something that we missed out also. We ought to have changed the background of our frame by now, because that's the background of this whole design. All right. So put this in the center and move up a bit. Right, we have that sitting well. The next is to bring in this old text. So I'm just going to copy and paste. See, we can't use the same text for that we used in um we can't use the same text that we use for the website design, for the desktop design, because desktop is way bigger than our mobile design. So we have to adjust the text. And normally we ought to already have a design system where we have this type our design typographic design system where the sizes are already defined. But because we do not have that, we'll be doing a lot of guesswork, especially with our with our 4 point grid system. So we're going to reduce the size a bit and let's try 24 for, okay, 24 is quite small. Let's see 40. And I think 40 is good to go. Then this other text is on 24. Let's just leave it as on 16. Let me just take this button out because I'm going to be creating this button. Then let's adjust this, put this in the center, and also adjust this and put it in the center. So going to, let me just remove this from a frame, then put it in a new auto layout frame and let us adjust it. All right. I think I would like to make this a bit bigger, just for making sake. Then I'll be locking it down so it doesn't move with this design. So I'm just going to adjust this. So since this design already exists, right, I can always like check how it currently looks on my mobile screen, right, to make sure that oh it's looking quite similar. When I was designing the desktop view, I brought it beside so I could like see side by side and check. Oh, I'm not doing that for this one. I'll just be like checking it on my own mobile phone to see. if I'm on the right path. So I'm just going to check the spacing between this and give it 32. So now it's time to create our button. It's time to create our responsive button. So this was the button I brought in from here, if you remember. And if you check it, if I should add a text or remove a text, it's not responsive. The button is just fixed. Now I'm going to teach you how to make this particular button responsive. So we're going to start off by writing our text, get it done. Get it done. But now we're going to reduce. Okay, this text size is currently 20, and because it was used on the web, the desktop view. Now I think for the mobile view, so I'm going to reduce the size a bit to 16. I think 16 might be quite too big. Let's use 14. Right. Then I'm going to add auto layout on this. You can create a frame and then auto layout, but I'm just going to add auto layout around it directly and give it 16 for the horizontal padding and give it 8 for the no, yeah, 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 and give it 8 for the vertical pattern, right? So I'm going to add radius to be 100% because we want the radius curved, but you won't see that now. So I'm going to add our fill and make it pink so you see that, right? So if I reduce this radius to 100, give us this edge shape, but we are not trying to get that. So I'll add my radius back to 100 and center align my auto layout here. So this is great, but I think I want more padding around my design. So I'm going to use 24 and 16. Yeah, I'm going to. Oh, sorry. I'm just trying to use my eye to gauge the perfect size. Okay, I think this is perfect. Now I'm going to add a stroke around it. Black. Perfect. Now we have this. So next I'm going to create this same shape but using rectangle this time, not frame, and the same size. So we have the width of 122 and the height of 41. I'm just going to bring my rectangle and make the height of 122, the width of 122 and the height of 44. That's what we have here. 41, sorry, 41. Then I'm going to change the fill to this black that we have here and make our radius 100 again. So I'm going to select this tool and put it in another auto layout. Then it's just like what I did for this side, but I didn't even test it down was responsive, if you remember. Then I'll select this rectangle and add absolute position, then move it. But you're going to see that it's going to be on top of this button. So now we're going to move it backward, but let's set this properly first. Okay, then let's move it backward by carrying it up. Then I would like to check the spacing between it. This is 3. I want to make it 4, 4, 4. See, 16. I'm checking the spacing by holding my option. And I think, yeah, by holding my option, that's 4, 4. That's I checked it, yeah. So I think this is good to go. But if you check it now, it won't be responsive. See, the back is not moving, just the top. So how to make this one responsive now is to we'll select this rectangle shape, fit this on bottom, then left and right. It should be responsive now. Now our button is responsive. So see, so this is how to make a responsive button. So you can see that this is not responsive. If you want to see how I made this first one, check out my first video. But this is responsive. Amazing. I'm so happy we got to do this. I'm happy we learned this. So now I'm going to bring in this button and place it here, then adjust the size. Amazing. So our next step is to have this design. And since we have it already, I'm just going to copy and place it here. It's quite big now, so we're going to have to adjust everything one by one. And and currently is layered horizontally, but we want to make it vertical so that it can be mobile responsive. So I'm just going to put auto layout on this and change it to vertical direction here. Now we have this here, right? So our next step will just be to adjust the images one by one so it can fit the grid that we already created here. Right, so I'm just going to select the image one by one to fit it in. Select this image and adjust. Select this image and adjust. So this text that we created here, we'll have to readjust it by first reducing the size to 14 and then moving it inside a bit. Everything at this point just has to do with alignment, because we already have the design, just to make sure they are all aligned properly. Okay, then I'm going to adjust this line also to fit. Right, so now I'm on the second image and I'm going to adjust this image to fit here. So I want to extend this frame, but I don't just want to draw it down, because I can just select this frame like this and draw it. Sorry, and draw it. But I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to add the height of this 926 plus 926. But before I do that, I want to constrain this design and make it stay up and fix position when scrolling. Same with this. So when I extend this, it doesn't move. Right, so I'm going to add 926 to this. 926. And it extends. It does extend. So next is to adjust this last. I still need to add 926. Our phone screen is getting so long and it's going to be way longer. I'm not surprised. Way longer than, because we have to like readjust all this. Now, right, then there's something inside this. We have to move this again. Okay. Yeah, we are making great progress. This is how the design looks currently. Let me just check the spacing between this and this, and let's adjust it. Okay, I think it's okay. So next is we're moving to how it works. So I'm just going to copy this and paste it here also, but I'm going to still use this size that we used there, 40 and 16. I hope you understand what I'm working on, and I think you understand better if you watch the part one. I'm going to change the size to 40 and change the size to 16. Then place it in the center. Oh, it's currently not inside this frame. Place it in the center and adjust this also. Okay, let me turn on our grid. You can easily turn on grid by selecting Shift and J. See, turn off, turn off, turn off. Yeah, so I have to adjust this text so it stays in and out, in of the grid that we have set for ourselves. Okay, we can work with this. So let's check the spacing that we have on this currently, and let's put it at 104. I think 104 is a great spacing. So, okay, I think this is where we're going to have to do like a bit of work than just copying and pasting, because what we have currently here cannot just be pasted. And even if we decide to like use auto layout on this and change and make it vertical, we do not want this structure. So we might have to like recreate this. And how did I create this the first time? I created a rectangle, then I created a triangle. I don't want to create this from the beginning. I'm just going to turn it, but I don't want you to go back to the first video to just learn this one. So that's why I'm showing you. So I created this rectangle, placed it here. I made sure I really checked and make sure like they were aligned, but I'm not really focusing on that now. I just want to like quickly show you how I created that. Then I selected both of them and made a union. So by the time I had, okay, they are not really close. So I selected both of them, made a union, and used my stroke from there. Yeah, so that's how I did that. So from here you can even like flatten, then still like use your stroke. So that's how I was able to create this. But this triangle that we have here is not meant to show. But because I did not like place them properly, that's why the triangle is showing. But let me just go back and place it properly so you see that triangle is not meant to show. I'm adjusting the rotation so that it's like placed properly. Design. I love designing. Mm. So yeah, this was the kind of focus I placed when creating the first one. Union. Yeah, you see now the stroke that we created doesn't have this line because we had to like place it properly. So you have to like really focus on that and make sure that they are placed properly. So this is what how I created that first one. Yeah, so I don't want to do that again for this section. I just wanted to quickly show you how I created that. So for this is how I want to do this. I want to turn this over. I want to turn that over. But I think I should just create this again. Thinking about it. Because I'm saying that because if I try to adjust this just the way it is. Okay, it didn't give me that though. Alright, okay. I'm not going to create it from the beginning. I found a solution, so I'm not going to create it from the beginning. So let's turn this to, can't I just turn this minus? I want to just turn the union over. Then I'm going to adjust it to fit the size of our grid. Adjust this here, then adjust this here. So now you see that this space we can build house here. So let's just close it up. Center, center. Where do we have this? Where is this grid coming from? All right. Place this properly. Yeah, we have this. So what we're going to do now is just to duplicate what we have here. Like I said in the first video, we will just place this. But since we want closing this up, we don't want it to be like this. We want this curve place to show on top. So I'm going to take this below this. So yeah, so we can get this. I hope you understand my this is what I'm saying. So yeah, I'm going to bring this out. I need this to stay on this. So I'm not going to bring this out totally from this frame. All right. Then we're going to name this two. So this is quite like changing. The first one we had, the one was here, it was not like on this cover. Because of the way we are going now, we have to like go this route, right? I'm going to adjust this text so it's not like too big on our mobile view. So I'm going to change the text to give us all instructions. Let me just copy and paste. Control C, Control V. Give us all instructions. All right, we are good to go to the next. To the next. But I think I want to do something. For me, it's too short, and I would like to extend it a bit. Yeah, this works. Currently extending the height of my mobile device because it was already clumsy. So yeah, I'm going to select this again and bring down. Well, now I'm going to take it below again so it stays under. All right, so we have this. I'm just going to duplicate and put this at the center here. All right, we're making great progress. So I told you this video will be faster than the web, the desktop view we did. the first time. All right, so if you're seeing, you see that my video got a bit darker. We're going to continue like that because we're in Nigeria and they can decide to take our lights anytime it pleases them. So yeah, I don't have a backup lighting currently. Currently, are we back? Right, I lost my internet connection for a while and I don't know where I stopped. So I'll just continue to edit this. All right, so I think we are done with this section. The next thing is to add this black stuff that we have here. So I'm just going to copy it. Like I've been, so I'm just going to copy this like I've been copying all along. But first, I want to like group all these things I did together so they're not moving up and down. Group selection. And I'm going to take this rectangle under and adjust the sizing. Yeah, this is how it looks. We're almost done now. Almost done. So I do not want to copy this. I can just copy and paste, but I would like us to create our own from the beginning. So if you remember how I created it, let's write our text. Done. Put it in a frame. Add auto layout around it. Change the color, the fill color to, let's use this pink here. Put it in the center. Add our padding around it. Let's use 16 and 8 here. Add our radius. This is 8. I'm trying to make it a perfect circle, but it looks like it doesn't want to be a perfect circle. But we're going to get that perfect circle. We are going to get a perfect circle. Let's see what we need to get a perfect circle. So the other way we can do it actually is we can just like draw our circle normal and put text on it. But I like to try new things. You can try it with me. I think we need to add here. Or adding 24 won't give us that perfect circle. It's giving us okay. I want the circle to be, what's the width of this circle? 88. The width is currently 97. Thank you for trying this out with me. Thank you for not leaving me. Don't make the eyes 89 now. We are almost there. Our circle is getting perfect. Oh yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to create another circle now. 88 with our circle. Constrain that. Select both of them. Put it in auto layout. Select the circle. Absolute positioning. then move it, move it, then move it up so it can stay at the back. Then change the color to black because that's the one we're using. Oh, we also forgot to add like our stroke from this. We have to add that. And ta-da! Okay, the background is white here, so we're going to do that. White. All right, we have that. All right, so I'm just going to bring this button. I think this button is too big, child, because we're trying to get 88. If you now try to adjust it, okay, I'm just going to adjust it. Our button is too big currently, and I want to adjust it. No, I'm not going to adjust it. I'm just going to leave it. Adjust your own and make it perfect. Right. So we have this. I'm going to just select everything together and frame selection. Next up, whatever it may be, you got it. So, like I've been doing normally, copy the text, adjust the sizing, and that will be that. So, let's copy this. Did I copy? Control C or Command C, depending on the device you are using. And I'm going to paste inside this frame. Adjust the sizing to 40 and just adjust. It's currently left aligned, so I'll center it and just adjust. We are not meant to have this dots here. It's going to be comma, then dots. I think it's quite too big here. Let's leave it at 46. Thank you. Thank you. I'm just adjusting the frame so it sits properly. So yeah, let's check the spacing. Let's use 120. It's currently on 125. See it here. Alright, so our next section. Well, let me extend the frame of this. Okay. Let me just clear out all this other designs. So I wanted to adjust the height of this. I'm going to adjust it twice because what we're about to do is a very long thing. So we need this for our next section. I'm going to just copy it and paste it. So it's currently placed horizontally. Now I'm going to add auto layout around it and align it vertically so it's just straight like this. I need to put it inside our normal frame. So you now see that what we currently have might not work totally. We have to adjust it again so that it fits into this frame properly. We need our grid for this. So I'm just going to turn on our grid. Then let this start on the grid. and adjust. We have to start adjusting. That's the only downside to this. Normally, we're actually meant to create it from the beginning. But yeah, so the width of this is 379. I'm going to adjust this to 3792. Right, we have that now. Okay, I think I need to still adjust this a bit so it does not come outside here. Let's do 365. I'm trying to get this first one right. So if we have measurement for this one, every other section is going to come easy. We have to adjust this a bit too. And since this is for mobile, okay, we didn't create. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to remove this. I'm going to do like I'm creating it afresh. So I'll just duplicate and change the colors. I might not spend so much time explaining how I created this, but if you want to watch it, please watch the part one of this video. Like it really saves our time on this. You can just watch me doing this. Alright, so I'm going to adjust the size of this logo because it's quite big now to 32. Then adjust the spacing global to 32. Also adjust this to just 32. So I mistakenly readjust. I was not meant to adjust that way. So yeah, I'm going to do this now and make sure that everything is just placed properly. I've been emphasizing on this alignment. All right. So next is this single. And we're just going to adjust the size to 14. It's on 18 currently. Let's try 16. Okay, 16 is great. We have the button that we created. I'm just going to copy it. I should have actually created a component around this button, so I'll just pull it in instead of what I am currently doing. So I'm going to change the text to see why this button is good. I can start adjusting the frame by myself one by one. So I'm going to cut and paste. Adjust this again to, let's give it 64. 56. Let's give the spacing of 48. So why I'm not really talking much in this video is I already explained how to do all of this from scratch. So now I'm just like adjusting the size for mobile responsiveness. mobile view. That's why I'm not really focused on talking too much because most of what I'm doing is just to get the slides right. Okay. So I'm just going to select this whole group and duplicate. I need to know that duplicate because if I have three there, change this text to illustration and change this text to landing. Then change this illustration. Also change this illustration. Okay, not here. Paste to replace. Why this one is not copying well? There is something up with this image. So I'm just going to adjust it from here. 301, 121. The image is trying to do anyhow. I'll just adjust it from there. So the next thing is to adjust the color of our button, and I'm just going to pick the colors from it. Ta-da! We are officially done with that section. Our next section will be to create our footer. So let me take this out. I'm just going to copy this whole section, this frame, and place it here. Okay, let me just adjust the text outside before it goes inside. Reduce this text to, let's use 32. You need a longer support system. Then let's reduce this to 16. 16 is quite small. Let's leave it at 18. Then put this whole section here. 7. I want to make it this. I'm not using this button. I'm just going to bring, and let me tell you why we're not using this button. If I decide to edit something here, the button is not responsive. But yeah, I can just see subscription plans. All I need to do is just to edit the color, edit the green to this our main color, and edit the black to our pink color. How did our text change? It looks like this button is quite bigger, so I'm just going to adjust the text to 16 and everything adjusted at everything fits. So I think that works. Let me see. 18. All right. Next is to bring this whole section and adjust it. We need our grid now to make sure it stays on the line. Okay. Apparently, this is quite too big. Okay, it's not big. We're just going to bring our button below. Let's add it to this frame that already exists. So the only issue now is that I do not want this button to be this close. So I'm going to bring it out and add my another auto layout so that I can edit. All right, we have this. The only section remain for us to create is this, and we do not have to do anything seriously like we've been doing all along. I'll just bring this, reduce the size of this to 40, place it in the center. We need to reduce the text of all of this. Everything designing mobile is majorly about adjusting the text. You should know by now. So I'm just going to adjust the whole spacing. Make it this. Right, we have this now. So we have this too, and I'm just going to bring it under. I need to extend this a little. Changing the text to 14. Yeah, we have that. And I think that's the only thing that we need to do at this section that we've not done is to we can adjust the size of this action to and we can decide to leave it, but I prefer to just leave it. So our final step is to create the design that happens when you click on this hamburger, and that is to show this menu that we have here. I'll just bring this here. Yeah, because we didn't add any landing logo and illustration, so that's what we're going to create. And I'm going to start off by using our 13 Pro Max that we used the first time. Yeah. So I'm going to change the color to our background color. It's just something very quick. Then I'm going to bring this inside also. But instead of this being this, I'm going to change it to cancel. And the reason for cancel is that when you click and open this, when you click on cancel, it takes you back to this screen. So I'm going to open up our feather icons back to get the cancel button. Okay. Right. X button. Okay, yeah. All right. So I'm going to remove this. Yeah, we have this now. So next up, I'm just going to bring out those three. And good thing they are already in auto layout. I'm just going to adjust the auto layout to vertical. And just adjust this and place properly. Oh, we didn't create grid for this. Let's sharply create our grid for this. What size do we used for this? We used 24. All right. So next up is to add our button. Bigger project, and because I've created this already, no, this isn't the one with auto layout. I'm just going to bring this in, change the color of this pink to this background, change the color of this black to pink, and that's that. I'm going to text to bigger projects. So this is our city. So I think the space between this is too much. Let's use 40. We are rounding up now. Like now, just trying to adjust the spacing. Let's use 88. So the other thing we can now add to this section, really no important because we've added it here already. But if we don't want our users to like stress themselves scrolling down just to get that information, we can put it here and just adjust like we've been adjusting. Perfect. So next is to prototype. Go to our prototypes tab. First, change the device to device of our frame. That's iPhone 13 Pro Max. Then let's use. My internet is currently not connected, so give me a moment to connect. So when we prototype, it shows. All right. Why do I have this pink background? All right. Okay. So what we want to prototype now, and we want it that when we select this frame, this button it opens up this, and let's just use smart animate and linear anyhow. And when we select this, it closes up. We can either do, it should come back to this, or we can do when we select this on tap, it goes back. Back is most preferable. So now let's play our prototype. Okay, quick one. If you check our prototype, you see when we scroll, this is fixed, but I do not want this to be fixed. So I'll just quickly adjust this from here by selecting this and remove fixed position with scrolling. So yeah, ta-da! This is our mobile responsiveness. I want to show you, for those that didn't watch the first version, the part one, I want to show you how this prototype looks. This is how the web version looks. This was the first design we did. This is how it looks for the part one. So you can check how we designed this for the part one. Now this is how our mobile responsiveness looks on the mobile phone. We did this again, guys. We did this again. So now let's check this hamburger when we select this. This is it. This is it, guys. Then when we remove from this, yes, so we've come to the end of this tutorial, how to design a mobile responsiveness of this replica website that we did. Thank you for watching this video and thank you for designing this with me. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and turn on your notification. Yes, I'm going to be dropping more videos relating to design soon. So keep in touch. Keep in touch. Yeah, thank you. See you later. Bye.